don't actually line up with anything. It says Lemieux is cold. He's a 98 cold. Wander is hot. But actually, due to a bug in the game, it actually doesn't matter. Or it's not accurate. So I was looking at the Washington roster earlier, and I was wondering what they had done to change, because actually they had lost to the Penguins the year before. They were up 3-1 and then ended up losing 4-3. And they actually traded Dino Ciccarelli straight up for Kevin Miller, not Kelly Miller. I think it's his brother. He's a few years younger. And then 10 games into this season, the 92-93 season, they traded him for Paul Cavallini. So you've got Paul Cavallini on your checking line instead of Dino Ciccarelli on your scoring line. They said they were going in a new direction, but actually, I think at that time, free agency started at age 31 or 32. So his salary would have gone up from about, it was $400,000, probably would have gone up to close to $1 million. So that's probably the real reason. Anyway, this is game 2. Pittsburgh won the first game. Let's start. So the rules I've been playing with is they can break out of their own zone. I don't back check. I just take control of the goalie. So you see number 4 there is not Scott Stevens. When Ciccarelli was traded, he made a point of how the Capitals said that they were going in a new direction, but the direction they were going was cheaper, because they had let Mike Gartner go and Jeff Courtnall, and then Scott Stevens and Beaupre had to sit out in order to get a raise. Playing with line changes on, I'm going to cycle through the lines. Fortunately, makes it a bit of a slow game. Got a power play, maybe we can set something up. I also saw that, so when they traded Ciccarelli, it was on the draft day, I think, and they also traded with the Leafs, trading 3 draft picks from the Leafs for 2 of their own draft picks. I guess the Leafs were really interested in some player they drafted 23rd, who probably played about 50 NHL games. I forget who it was. And the Capitals, with their pick, they drafted Jim Carey, the goalie who was, I think, won a Vezina a few years later. They say that people just figured out, almost scored there, but Beaupre got a foot on it. They say that the teams just figured out how to score on Carey, that he wasn't very good at moving laterally. But I also read it's quite a while ago, I read that he had, he put that over the net. I think it bounced off the top. He had like a social anxiety. So when he started to get quite famous, suddenly the crowd started to get to him, and he couldn't really concentrate anymore. He just couldn't deal with the pressure, I guess. So I guess maybe it's both things. Maybe teams did learn a bit how to play against them, and also just those kind of things can be hard to handle. Not many of us have had to deal with 220,000 people watching us. Offside. Maybe someday the stream will have 20,000 people watching it, and I'll know exactly what Jim Carrey was going through, but it's not happening right now. Huge hit there by Samuelson. So Samuelson in this game has a 90 checking rating, which not very many players have. And that rating, it doesn't affect how good players are at checking, but it affects the AI. So with a 5 checking rating or a 90 checking rating, he will throw a lot of checks, which we just saw. So he's a good guy to have on my team, considering I'm just using the goalie to play defense, not my defenders. So if he can keep doing that, let's see what we can set up here. Having a lot of trouble scoring. That's right into the goalie. Hi, Yanni, if I pronounced that right. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Do you have any special memories of this game? Did you play it when it came out? We have people who like signed up to get it the pre-order. I remember playing it with my brother for a few times. He scored a goal on me, shooting the puck over the net, hit the glass, came back, hit the goalie in the back of the head, and then went in for a goal. The first time we saw a player get checked into the penalty box, we were both just dying of laughter. I think, yeah, I had 95. I didn't play it a whole lot. Like I made my own character, my own players. I sit in the seasons. Found I didn't really like actually playing the game part, but as a simulation game, it was a lot of fun. Of course, having a season mode was pretty revolutionary. Oh no. Little slick move by Krieger. I actually wore out a Nintendo cartridge of 95. I guess, I don't know, the battery stopped working. Save state, I don't know if it's because I just overheated the cartridge simming games. I don't know if that can happen. I suppose that wouldn't happen because the cartridge itself doesn't generate heat. All the work is in the actual console. So if you notice at the top of the screen, we have a charity tournament coming up for the Mario Lemieux Foundation. We call it the Sochel Distancing Tournament. Oh, off the post. It's an online tournament. You can go to from downtown Stevens. Thanks for liking it, M. Gomez, or I missed your name. Sorry. Yeah, it's the tournament to benefit the Mario Lemieux Foundation. They fund cancer research and patient care. And the tournament is it's really soon now. It's I think about 10 or 11 days from now. Here, let me hope I can get the deke here. Just barely. The tournament takes place on June 6th is the first round, and then June 13th is the second round. The first round you play two or three series, and they're best of 3 game series. And the cost to play is it's a $19.94 donation to the Mario Lemieux Foundation, which eventually once our signups are all done, we'll post the general link for donations. So even if you're not playing, you can still donate. guy was looking at me funny. I had to take him out. So in this game, you can actually check using the B button. It's actually more effective than the C button. And we're seeing a bug in the game here. The CPU will only pull their goalie when they're down by 2 goals, not by 1 goal. At a time. So that's all I'm going to be playing tonight. This was game 2 of the series. Let's check the game stats in a moment. So we outshot them by double. Stevens with that shot from beyond the circle. These are the playoff stats, and we're up 2-0 here. Toronto came back from down to 1-0, and so I think in the real season, I think the Penguins played Boston next. I'm not sure. Let's see. Toronto won that series against the Blues, and then they played LA, who's out in this. Save the game, and I'll probably stream in a couple more days. We also stream 2-on-2 occasionally. That's probably what I'll stream tomorrow at sometime between probably around 10 o'clock. And 2-on-2 is a lot of fun to watch. So see you next time.